Hi, I'm the founder of Octiga. Octiga solved the Office 365 security delivery problem for MSPs for all their clients. We standardize the problem. We help MSPs find all of the gaps that their clients have across Office 365 security. We help them alleviate those problems. We provide baselines that monitor that. We provide the baselines that help them remediate that. And then we monitor those baselines over time. And we also do breach monitoring, detection, triage, and remediation all in the one solution. So it's really a full posture Office 365 security solution for MSPs for all their clients. Now, MSPs need this because they either don't know the best practice, they don't have the time to apply it all consistently across all of their clients, and then make sure that it stays that way and also remediate that in one easy way, but also deal with breaches and strange logins and SharePoint activity and whatever it might be that they need to just keep all really easily solved. And that's what Octiga do for their clients. So here I've got a multi-tenant dashboard, and you can pull all your clients in here. Onboarding is really, really simple, but I'm just going to show you our own tenant today that we're monitoring. So I'm going to jump straight into Octiga. So here we've dived into a single tenant that we're monitoring. When you onboard a tenant, you get immediate scanning against our best practice baseline set, or if you've created your own baseline template set from ours, then they'll immediately scan against that. So it's an instant gap analysis that you then can go in and remediate and monitor from there on afterwards. So let's jump into some of the baselines. Oh, by the way, we also do not only future monitoring of everything that happens on the tenant, but also we scan for past logs that may have happened before the tenant was onboarded to Octiga. So it's really nice. You won't get that in many SIEM solutions. So we're going to jump into baselines straight away here. And we're going to see here that I've got some baselines are deviating and some are passing. Now, the baselines could be as simple as, is the unified audit log turned on? And I can set that baseline to whatever I want it to be. Our best practice said it should be on, but I could set it to say that it shouldn't be on. And this is instantly deviating, and instantly I'm getting an alert to my PSA. Now, in our PSAs, we bundle baseline deviations for tenants. We bundle nefarious logins and things like that. So we bundle things into incidents, so it really, you don't get over alerted by Octiga. I'm going to reset this baseline now to enabled because I don't want to remediate that and resave that. Okay, but if I had I use a more complex baseline here, for example, this mobile device mailbox policy, it could be deviating on some of its values, but not all of its values. And I can update what these values are. And if I want to remediate that, I go and press remediate. And it's as simple as that. And we make sure that all of these baselines across all of the settings stay good forever. And it's like a living audit. And that's really, really useful for MSPs because they just want to standardize this. You create a baseline template set, you deploy it to all your tenants, and you remediate it for all of your tenants. And then you just sit back and wait for the deviations to happen. Then you can issue reports, posture reports to clients to say, look, we had you secure, then this deviated, and then we got in there and we fixed that problem really, really fast. And we got you back to this really good posture compliance level. And that's something, will create that high touch point with your clients. And keep them really, really happy when they come to renewal time. The next part I'm going to show you is user account risk. For example, we can see all the users on our tenant that are global admins without MFA, regular admins without MFA, regular users without MFA. We can see admins with mailboxes, maybe anonymous admins that they're sharing around the office, and things like dormant accounts, who hasn't logged in 3 months or 2 months or 1 month. Should they be disabled, those accounts? What guests haven't logged in a long time. So it's a really good way of getting all of your users cleaned up. And of course, there's remediation built in here as well. So going back to our main dashboard again, we can take a look at things like inbox rules. So for example, I created a rule on my inbox just the other day, and you can see here that I dismissed the alert on this. I'm going to re-enable this right now, and you can see here that I created a dodgy looking rule, and this is because Octiga found that there was a rule that was moving things that had IBAN and invoice in the title to an RSS folder, which could be a little bit strange, could be a man-in-the-middle attack, so we highlighted that as a risk. And of course, you can remediate that just from here by disabling the rule. Again, Octiga providing remediation. So I've shown you baseline risk and user risk and inbox rules. There's many other areas, like we've got apps and phone check reports and things like that, but I provide a monitoring and a baseline solution in one. So I'm going to jump in here, and I got alert in my PSA that on the 14th of September, Rob McFeely logged in from a successful login occurred from originated from an IP that's not in your allowed countries list. And I want to do a very easy triage on this. I don't want it to spend all day. I want to take some look at this. So it tells me all about the type of network that I was logging in from. This is my user and what was going on. So we can see this is an Azure Active Directory STS login, and it was coming from somewhere in the UK. Now, we don't operate in the UK. Currently, we operate in Ireland. Ireland. And so this would be a strange event for me. So I can do one of two things. I can investigate, remediate this. I might contact the client and ask them, was this person in the UK? I might jump in here and build up a picture for them. So really easy. They might say, well, what were they doing? What was happening on that date? So I can hit info here and I can see all of the things that Rob was doing. The file is previewed. So let's see this file download. He downloaded a report, a PDF, and I might take a look at all the data that was being looked at, the logins, the failed logins for this user, build up this triage picture. At that point, the client might call me back and say, no, it's okay. Rob was in the UK. So in this case, can you edit the system so that we don't get alerted on that again? So I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to either allow the entire country of the UK, or if it was a small, a short period for a small city or a small region in the UK, I can also do this great thing, which is add a radius region around where Rob is and say any IP traffic in that region, or if I use the country mode, would be demoted in risk for that period.